He did have a very crucial role in the West Wing.
We left on very good terms.
But I'm not joking when I say this. If you're ever working with me and I hear you treat another colleague with disrespect, talk down to someone, I promise you I will fire you on the spot.
It's another day in air at the White House. This time there's news that Biden's White House chief usher is calling it quits. Though the position of the chief usher isn't one that changes often with a new administration. In this video, we will uncover the full story behind the news of why Biden's White House chief usher quit his position. Calls it quit.
On Inauguration Day, the outgoing president has to be out by, I think, noon or 10 o'clock in the morning. Incoming can't come in until 4 o'clock.
The events leading up to the firing of the White House chief usher, Timothy Harleth, were nothing short of dramatic. As the Biden administration prepared to take office, tensions began to rise between Harleth and the incoming First Family. It is reported that the Bidens were dissatisfied with Harleth's loyalty to the previous administration and felt that he was not fully committed to supporting their vision for the White House. The transition period became a battleground of conflicting interests and power struggles. The final straw came when Harleth allegedly refused to carry out certain tasks requested by the Bidens. This included rearranging furniture and artwork in the private living quarters to better suit the new First Family's taste. The Bidens saw this as a sign of disrespect and insubordination. The decision to fire Harleth was met with shock and disbelief. It was highly unusual for a chief usher to be dismissed in such a manner, especially during a transition of power. The Biden team claimed that it was former President Trump who made the call to get rid of Harleth, leaving the new First Family standing awkwardly at the door on their first day in the White House. According to the Biden team, Trump's decision to fire Harleth was a parting shot aimed at the incoming administration. They believe that Trump wanted to leave the Bidens in an uncomfortable position, with no chief usher to greet them and guide them through the initial days of their presidency. However, the ex-president's camp vehemently denied these allegations. They argued that it was the Bidens themselves who wanted Harleth gone. They claimed that the Bidens were looking for a fresh start and wanted to bring in their own team to oversee the operations of the White House. The conflicting narratives surrounding Harleth's firing only added fuel to the already intense political climate. Supporters of the Bidens saw it as a necessary move to establish their authority and make the White House their own. Meanwhile, Trump loyalists viewed it as another example of the Bidens erasing the legacy of the previous administration. The dismissal of Harleth as the chief usher left a void in the White House staff. The position remained vacant, and the Biden administration began the search for a suitable replacement. As the Biden administration searches for a new chief usher, they face the challenge of finding someone who can bridge the gap between tradition and innovation, while also navigating the political landscape. The new chief usher will have the responsibility of maintaining the integrity and dignity of the White House, while also accommodating the personal preferences and values of the First Family. The chief usher plays a crucial role in welcoming and guiding the First Family through their time in the White House. They are responsible for coordinating events, managing staff, and ensuring that the residence reflects the personal preferences and values of the occupants. The position requires a deep understanding of protocol, diplomacy, and the ability to adapt to the changing needs and expectations of each administration. The firing of Harleth also brought attention to the behind-the-scenes power struggles and tensions that can shape the course of history. It served as a reminder that even seemingly minor positions within the White House can become battlegrounds for conflicting interests and visions. On January 20th, 2021, the world watched as Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th President of the United States. It was a historic day filled with hope and anticipation. After the ceremony at the U.S. Capitol, the Bidens were given a military escort to their new home, the White House. As the Bidens walked up the steps to the grand entrance of the executive mansion, they paused to wave to the crowd, basking in the excitement of the moment. But little did they know, a shocking twist awaited them. The much-anticipated moment fell flat as the doors failed to open. The couple stood on the doorstep, momentarily locked out of their new residence. It was an awkward and embarrassing situation that caught everyone by surprise. So what caused this unexpected delay? According to a well-placed official not associated with the incoming Biden team, the Trumps had intentionally sent the Butlers home when they left the White House. Their motive? To ensure that there would be no one to assist the Bidens when they arrived. It was a final act of pettiness by the outgoing administration, aimed at creating an uncomfortable and awkward moment for the new president and his wife. The official described this move as so petty, highlighting the level of animosity between the two administrations. The absence of staff meant that the Bidens were left to fend for themselves, standing outside the closed doors of the White House. Harleth's dismissal further compounded the confusion and left the Bidens without a proper welcome. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki confirmed the firing during a daily press conference, stating that the chief usher had been terminated before we walked in the door. The sudden removal of Harleth, who had been in charge of the building's operations, raised questions about the motives behind this decision. Leah Berman, a former White House social secretary, described the incident as a protocol breach, emphasizing that the front door should have been held open for the first family as they arrived at the North Portico. Betty Monkman, a former White House curator, also expressed her puzzlement at the delay, considering her extensive experience overseeing previous changeovers. They stressed the importance of maintaining nonpartisan positions, such as the chief usher, to ensure a smooth transition and avoid unnecessary disruptions. They also emphasized the need for clear protocols and guidelines to prevent similar mishaps in the future. The awkward misstep lasted only about 10 seconds, but it did not go unnoticed. Eventually, the doors swung open, and the Bidens were welcomed into the White House. Former President Donald Trump had refused to greet the incoming president, and the White House required a deep clean due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The firing of the chief usher and the intentional absence of staff added to the disarray and created an uncomfortable situation for the Bidens. Timothy Harleth, the dismissed chief usher, expressed his pride in leading the resident staff and receiving the incoming first family with respect and dignity. Despite the abrupt termination, he emphasized his loyalty to the institution of the presidency and his commitment to the success of the office. Throughout this ordeal, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden displayed resilience and grace. They remained composed and focused on their mission to lead the country. Their ability to overcome this embarrassing moment showcased their determination and commitment to serving the American people. It is clear that the incident of President Biden being locked out of the White House on Inauguration Day was a momentary blunder that highlighted the challenges and tensions surrounding the transition of power. Secrets of the White House.
And now, just over 1 month later, the Trumps have chosen Ms. Reeve's replacement. His name is Timothy Harleth.
With the notable exception of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, this is the most coveted piece of real estate in Washington, D.C.
Timothy Harleth, known to many as Harleth, had been serving as the director of rooms at the prestigious Trump International Hotel in Washington prior to his appointment. With his experience in managing the hotel's operations and ensuring the utmost comfort and satisfaction of its guests, Harleth seemed like an unconventional choice for such a significant position within the White House. However, it quickly became clear that Harleth's selection was not solely based on his background in the hospitality industry. Rumors began to circulate, suggesting that Harleth had a personal connection to the Trump family, which played a significant role in his appointment. Some speculated that Harleth was a distant relative of the Trumps, while others claimed that he had a long-standing friendship with Melania herself. As the news of Harleth's appointment spread, it raised concerns among critics who questioned his qualifications for the role. After all, the position of chief usher is no ordinary job. It requires extensive knowledge of government protocol, diplomacy, and the ability to handle high-pressure situations with grace and professionalism. Despite the controversy surrounding Harleth's appointment, Melania Trump stood by her decision, emphasizing her belief in his abilities and her trust in his capacity to excel in his new role. She praised Harleth's dedication, attention to detail, and commitment to providing exceptional service to the Trump family and their guests. However, it is worth noting that Melania Trump's choice to hire Harleth from the family business, the Trump International Hotel, raised questions about potential conflicts of interest. As the story unfolded, it became clear that Harleth's appointment would be closely watched and scrutinized as the nation waited to see how he would navigate the challenges of his new role. The stage was set for a controversial tenure as chief usher of the White House. As news of Harleth's appointment spread, it ignited a firestorm of debate and speculation. Supporters of Melania Trump praised her for thinking outside the box and bringing fresh perspectives to the White House. They argued that Harleth's background in the hospitality industry could bring new ideas and innovation to the management of the White House residence. On the other hand, critics were quick to question the qualifications and motives behind Harleth's selection. They argued that his lack of experience in government and protocol could potentially undermine the smooth functioning of the White House. Some even suggested that this appointment was a result of favoritism or nepotism. Critics argued that this appointment could blur the lines between the Trump organization and the White House, further fueling concerns about the Trump family's business ties and their influence on government affairs. The controversy surrounding Harleth's appointment also raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest. With Hettley being hired from the Trump International Hotel, many wondered if this move would blur the lines between the Trump Organization and the White House. Critics argued that it could further deepen the perception of the Trump family's business ties and their influence on government affairs. Despite the controversies and criticisms, Melania Trump remained steadfast in her support for Hettley. She defended her decision, emphasizing her belief in his abilities and her confidence that he would excel in his new role. Melania praised Hettley's dedication, attention to detail, and commitment to providing exceptional service. However, the public's curiosity and scrutiny continued to grow. People wanted to know more about Hettley's qualifications, his relationship with the Trump family, and how he would navigate the challenges that lay ahead. The transition between the Trumps and the Bidens was a pivotal moment for the White House resident staff, known as the Lifers. It was a demanding period, with the staff working tirelessly to prepare the house for the new occupants. Under the leadership of Timothy Harleth, the transition took on a new level of ambition. Harleth, the former chief usher, had a vision to transform the White House into a high-end hotel-like experience. He wanted to create an atmosphere of luxury and elegance, making the rooms feel like they belonged in a five-star establishment. The Lifers, dedicated to their jobs and the White House itself, embraced this new direction and worked diligently to bring Harleth's vision to life. However, just before the Bidens arrived, Harleth was unexpectedly let go. The news sent shockwaves through the resident staff, leaving them in a state of uncertainty. Despite this setback, the Lifers remained committed to their work. They continued to move boxes, set up the Bidens family photographs, and arrange their favorite foods, ensuring that the new first family would feel welcomed and at home. The Lifers' loyalty to the White House and the president is unwavering, but their jobs are never guaranteed. They face numerous challenges, including the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The staff must navigate conflicting advice on safety measures, balancing the need to protect themselves and the first family while still fulfilling their duties. Throughout history, the Lifers have served multiple presidents, adapting to the changing demands of each administration. Their roles have evolved over time, reflecting the shifting priorities and expectations placed upon them. From the Obama administration's efforts to adapt to the resident staff to the changes and tensions within the Trump administration, the Lifers have remained dedicated to their work and the White House itself. The turnover of staff during the Trump administration was significant. Many longtime employees retired or left for various reasons, including the chief curator, housekeeper, calligrapher, electrician, butler, lead carpenter, and others. While some did not directly attribute their departure to Trump, there was a clash between the old and new ways of running the household. The Trump administration brought in a shift towards hiring individuals from hotels and increased the use of outside consultants. This change resulted in a more distant relationship between the staff and the first families. The feeling of the White House as a home for the first family diminished, and it began to feel more like a museum or convention center. The firing of the chief usher highlighted the changing dynamics within the staff and the administration. It was a clear indication of the tensions and clashes that had been simmering beneath the surface. The Lifers, however, remained dedicated to their work and continued to serve the Bidens with utmost professionalism. The turnover of staff also had an impact on the traditional events that take place on Inauguration Day. The staff had just 5 hours to transform the private quarters between Obama's departure and Trump's arrival. The pressure was immense, but the Lifers rose to the occasion, ensuring a seamless transition. As the Trumps left and the Bidens arrived, there was uncertainty in the air. In contrast to the previous administration, the Bidens showed immediate concern for social distancing and took the time to greet and thank the staff upon their arrival. This gesture was deeply appreciated by the Lifers, who had faced numerous challenges and uncertainties. The transition between the Trumps and the Bidens marked a significant chapter in the secret story of the White House. It revealed the dedication and resilience of the Lifers, their ability to adapt to change, and their unwavering loyalty to their jobs and the White House itself. Despite the challenges, the Lifers remained committed to their jobs and the White House itself, adapting to new leadership and continuing to serve with unwavering loyalty.
So they go through, very strict cleaning protocol of the entire private quarters and guest quarters on the second and third floors.
The Lifers, the dedicated White House resident staff, are the unsung heroes who work tirelessly behind the scenes, serving the first family and maintaining the physical structure of the White House. Despite the challenges they face, such as the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and conflicting advice on safety measures. Their commitment to their work and the White House itself remains unwavering. These dedicated individuals have a long history of serving multiple presidents, adapting to the changing demands and expectations of each administration. Their roles have evolved over time, reflecting the shifting priorities and needs of the first families. From managing events and overseeing renovations to ensuring the smooth functioning of the residence, the lifers play a crucial role in maintaining the integrity and prestige of the White House. The COVID-19 pandemic presented unprecedented challenges for the lifers. They had to navigate conflicting advice on safety measures while continuing to fulfill their duties. The health and well-being of the first family and the staff were of utmost importance, and the lifers worked diligently to strike a balance between maintaining the White House's operations and ensuring everyone's safety. Despite the difficulties, the lifers remain dedicated to their work. Their loyalty to the White House and the president is unwavering, and they continue to serve with professionalism and a deep sense of pride. They understand the historical significance of the White House and the importance of their role in preserving its legacy. Throughout the years, the lifers have witnessed the ebb and flow of different administrations. They have seen changes in leadership, tensions within the staff, and shifts in priorities. Yet they have remained steadfast in their commitment to their jobs and the White House itself. Their dedication goes beyond the physical aspects of the residence. The lifers understand the symbolic importance of the White House as a representation of the nation and its values. They take pride in their work, knowing that they are contributing to the preservation of history and the smooth functioning of the highest office in the land. The lifers' unwavering dedication is a testament to their professionalism and the deep loyalty they hold for the White House and the president. They work diligently behind the scenes, ensuring that every detail is taken care of and that the residence is a place of comfort and prestige for the first family. As we uncover the secret stories of the White House, it is important to recognize and appreciate the lifers' commitment and hard work. They are the backbone of the residence, the keepers of its history, and the guardians of its legacy, staunch successor. As the chief usher, Harleth was responsible for overseeing the operations and management of the White House residence. From coordinating state dinners to ensuring the smooth functioning of daily activities, he was the epitome of professionalism and discretion. Harleth's tenure spanned multiple administrations, and he earned the respect and admiration of both Republican and Democratic presidents alike. His attention to detail and unwavering commitment to excellence made him a trusted figure within the White House walls. In recognition of his exceptional service, Harleth was honored with numerous awards and accolades throughout his career. But little did the world know that his journey was about to take an unexpected turn. After leaving the White House, Harleth set his sights on a new venture that would combine his passion for real estate with his desire to make a difference in people's lives. He embarked on a mission to raise funds for first-time homebuyers, aiming to provide opportunities for those who dreamt of owning their own piece of the American dream. Armed with his extensive network and the invaluable experience gained from his time in the White House, Harleth quickly became a force to be reckoned with in the real estate fundraising world. His charisma and dedication to the cause attracted influential figures from all walks of life, who were eager to support his mission. The impact of Harleth's fundraising efforts cannot be overstated. Countless individuals and families have been able to turn their dreams of homeownership into reality, thanks to the financial support provided by Harleth's initiatives. From young couples starting their lives together to hardworking individuals striving for a better future, Harleth's work has touched the lives of many. When asked about his motivation, Harleth humbly states, "I've seen firsthand the power of a home and how it can transform lives. It's not just about bricks and mortar, it's about creating a foundation for success and stability. I want to give others the same opportunity that I've been fortunate to have." Harleth's fundraising efforts have been nothing short of extraordinary. Through a series of high-profile events and strategic partnerships, he has managed to raise millions of dollars to support aspiring homeowners. But how does he do it? Harleth's approach is as unique as it is effective. He leverages his extensive network of influential individuals, including celebrities, business tycoons, and even politicians, to rally support for his cause. These individuals not only attend his fundraising events but also contribute generously to the funds. Harleth's ability to connect with people on a personal level is one of the key factors behind his success. He understands the power of storytelling and uses it to create an emotional connection between potential donors and the cause he champions. By sharing stories of individuals whose lives have been transformed through homeownership, he appeals to the philanthropic spirit of his audience. Donors who have contributed to Harleth's initiatives speak highly of his passion and dedication. They admire his ability to bring people together for a common cause and his unwavering commitment to helping first-time homebuyers. Many have even become long-term supporters, continuing to contribute to Harleth's fundraising efforts. The impact of Harleth's fundraising initiatives is tangible. Families who were once priced out of the housing market are now proud homeowners, thanks to the financial support provided by Harleth's efforts. The ripple effect of these success stories extends beyond the individuals themselves, as stable housing contributes to stronger communities and a brighter future for all. Harleth's remains humble amidst the accolades and recognition he has received. When asked about the impact of his work, he says, "It's not about me. It's about the individuals and families whose lives have been changed. Seeing the smiles on their faces and knowing that I played a small part in their journey is the greatest reward." As Harleth's fundraising initiatives continue to gain momentum, the real estate world is left wondering, what's next for this former chief usher turned real estate advocate? Will his efforts inspire a new generation of philanthropic endeavors? Harleth's success in raising funds for first-time homebuyers has not only solidified his position as a prominent figure in the real estate world, but has also sparked curiosity about his future endeavors. What lies ahead for this former chief usher turned real estate advocate? Harleth has expressed his desire to expand his fundraising initiatives to a national scale. He envisions creating a platform that connects aspiring homeowners with potential donors, making the dream of homeownership more accessible to individuals from all walks of life. To achieve this ambitious goal, Harleth has been forging partnerships with real estate developers and financial institutions. By collaborating with these industry leaders, he aims to create innovative programs that provide financial assistance, education, and resources to first-time homebuyers. When asked about his vision for the future, Harleth says, "I want to empower individuals to take control of their financial future through home ownership. By bridging the gap between potential homeowners and those who can provide support, we can create a more inclusive and equitable housing market." Harleth's dedication to his cause is unwavering. He continues to attend fundraising events, speak at conferences, and engage with individuals who share his passion for making homeownership a reality for all. His charisma and ability to inspire others have become his trademarks in the real estate world. Many individuals who have been touched by Harleth's work have been inspired to pay it forward. They have started their own initiatives, organized fundraisers, and become advocates for affordable housing. Harleth's impact extends far beyond the funds he raises. He is igniting a movement of change. This is all we have for you in this video. If you would love to watch more exciting videos like this, then click on any of the cards on your screen to keep exploring.